Welcome back to Kingdom Cast. This your host, Good Luck Chuck. We back at it with another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share all your social media platforms. Man, that was a hell of a beat down we gave him last night. We seen Chiefs offensive lineman this morning. They got their little tweets out and stuff, having a little fun with it. Saw Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith and Orlando Brown get into the action a bit. But yeah, man, they little defensive end, they so-called Pro Bowl defensive end, they try to say that we aren't physical, we soft, we're too finesse and whatnot, but we punched pretty good in the mouth. But before we get into all that, man, it's just gonna be me and my guy Book to the right chopping it up today. Everybody's a little busy today and whatnot. Everybody knows Kylie's gonna be on vacation for a little bit, country in the office and whatnot. But we're gonna hold it down for y'all, man. So Bug, man, what's good, bro? How you feeling today?
Good, man. I told you I'd be happy if I was wrong. I picked the Bucks. I'm happy I was wrong.
Yeah, you did. You went against the grain, man. I kind of felt you on that because like this really was a coin flip game. It was a coin flip game all week, but Patrick Mahomes, he's been good in this spot, man, as a dog. So he still ain't lost in that spot. So
Yeah, he looks special. I think that throw to Clyde, man, that's definitely in his top five ever plays. That's hard cracking his top five. But that was crazy. I mean, Mahomes had some crazy plays. That little pick at the end looked bad on stats, but Mahomes looked special as usual. Primetime Mahomes, that's what he was. Best quarterback out there yesterday.
yeah, that was more so. Andy was trying to prove a point in the game, trying to attack them some more. Trying to get more points on the board to send a message or whatnot. But I felt like at that point in the game, it was like we ran the ball well. They haven't proven they could stop us. So like I felt like our run game could have got that first down right then and there. But it's all good, man. Um, they ran out of time and whatnot. But that score was not indicative of how that game really went.
At all.
Like yeah, we dominated that game from the jump. Like after we recovered the kickoff and whatnot, 2 plays later, we came out the gate. Travis Kelsey down the middle for a touchdown, and it showed throughout the night, man. It looked like Levante David is done. He looks pretty old out there. And Devin White, we already know he's not good in coverage. Like he's more of a blitzing type linebacker. That's his specialty. And we pretty much exposed that last night. I don't know. Dang, I don't know what happened to my guy here, but hopefully he's back soon. But as I was saying though, yeah, we did a good job exposing them in the middle of the field last night. Um, and then like on top of that, man, I'm just glad that D man, we pushed them around, man. We bullied them boys, man. Because I was about to say that, like, I'm glad that Andy Reid stuck to the run, man, and became physical. Because I was not sure if he was going to do that or not. I wasn't sure if Clyde was going to get involved like that or not. But another thing I was happy about is that I'm glad to see Pacheco was getting involved too. See Boogie back. I said, "You straight, my G?"
My liking or is that yours?
You sound a little raspy, I think. But
Put my
yeah,
phone down.
yeah, you sound a little scratchy. But yeah, try to come back in again. Then you might be straight. But yeah, it did. It definitely got quiet quickly. As for those who know, country the one commenting right now. But yeah, man, Boogie going side, bro. But yeah, early on, man, I'm just glad that we was able to run the ball consistently because I said during the show, like, we need to run the ball. We need to get on the edges and, run some more stuff through through the B gap. Cause I mean, I didn't know if we was gonna be able to be effective running the ball through the A gaps, but we had some good runs through the B gap. And whether it was Clyde and whether it was Pacheco ran angry as hell, man. And it was great to see him. He got like 17 snaps. So it ramped back up a little bit. He got a little more involved as the game went on, and not just the second half when the game was more so out of reach. And then also another thing I was happy to see was it was Sky Moore. He got some snaps in last night too. Like he had 22, 23 snaps, I believe, on offense, and he had 2 catches for 41 yards on 4 targets. So that's pretty good for him as far as like getting the amount of snaps. So I was very pleased. Um, so I would like to see them get ramped up a little more as the season goes along, but it's a great sign, we head in the right direction with that. But what shocked me with Tampa's game plan is they didn't give they didn't give Leonard Fournette a chance to run the ball for real. Like he only had 3 carries and that was it. Like I know they got down early pretty quick, but there was still plenty of time left in the game. I remember like on one of the carries, George Karlaftis just got in the backfield and shut it down, but they it was just a weird game plan. I mean, I was very shocked they went away from the run as early as they did. But later on in the game, they got Lenny involved in the pass game, but the game was already out of reach. So, yep, Jordy, yep. Yeah, Juju, he balled out. MVS, I mean, he had a couple drops, but like on that first one, Levante David, the ball kind of went through his hands a bit and it affected the trajectory of the ball. And that's why MVS dropped that one. Then the other one, Travis Kelce, he caused the traffic getting away and it might have impeded MVS's vision on the second drop. So I can't really fault MVS on those drops. Because I mean, you saw after the play that Patrick Mahomes was yelling at Travis Kelce a bit because he got in the way. But that's just little stuff they'll correct as the season goes along. But yeah, I was very pleased with the offensive performance, man. So, but Patrick Mahomes, man, he had a couple of highlights, man. That one touchdown pass he threw to Clyde, man, that was crazy. That was definitely some backyard football type of stuff, man. Chris Collinsworth said it best. It was like, playing around with your kids in the backyard as a father, and just doing stuff like that. That's exactly how it was. But overall, man, like that offensive line was amazing. It was truly amazing. Like they did a good job keeping Patrick Mahomes clean for the most part. I mean, Orlando Brown, he's battling through injury right now, but how I see it is that you healthy, man. Like you healthy enough to play. That's just what it is, man. I mean, you don't get some criticism here and there regardless. But he did the best he could, man. Like I think he only got beat bad like twice, but other than that, man, it was cool. Saw Trey in there bullying in the middle. Creed Humphrey was bullying in the middle. I don't think Villa really impacted the game whatsoever. It was crazy. Yeah, he didn't play bad. Like it could have been a lot worse. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, man, just very happy with the overall performance of this team. But defensively, man, I want to talk about the defense for a sec. L'Jarius Sneed, man, like them cornerback blitzes that Spags been sending, like them must still, dog. It's been the most effective blitz in our package so far this season. Like, like he just like Sneed just finds a way to get up in there, man. Like it's the way Spags is disguising it to where the running backs having a hard time picking it up on blitz pickup, or like the offensive lineman having a hard time seeing it too. So yeah, he definitely was. Country, he definitely was. Yeah, the MVP for sure. Man, I'm just glad we shut Shaq Barrett up. I'm glad we shut him up, man. That was great bulletin board material we got throughout the week. You know, so his coming out party only consisted of 4 tackles, and that was it. Didn't get a hit on Patrick Mahomes, nothing. So my guy, you good?
Hopefully this better. Can you
Yep, you
hear me?
straight. You straight.
Okay.
Yep, I can hear you.
Who you talking about had a coming out party?
We talking about the guy who didn't have a coming out party. I know we did. We talking about good old Shaq
Oh
Barrett.
yeah, what happened to him? I didn't see no post game. I didn't hear him saying nothing after the game. Nothing. What, you heard something?
Yeah. What happened to that boy? I don't know, man. I
Man,
don't know
I
what
ain't
happened to
heard
him.
nothing about him, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, bro. But yeah, I kind of went along a little bit, while you was getting your stuff together, bro. But like I talked about how I was getting into the defense, but I was talking about how the offensive line was one of their battles up front all night, man. So I mean, how'd you like that performance from the offensive line?
Yeah, I seen they had one of the highest win percentages in some years. Man, they shit. Seemed like every time they did something, they was making sure they let us know it too. They was real into it, man. They don't I'm not gonna say they're not passionate about football. Of course they are, but they was passionate about doing it to the Bucks. They wanted to make sure the Bucks knew they was doing it and they was rubbing it in their face. Shit, when they play like that, I mean,
And
what
Country
can't
mentioned it
Mahomes do
too.
with that type of time?
And Country mentioned it too, man. Like during the last episode, he was talking about, there's still some guys from the team that lost, that was part of that loss in Super Bowl 55. They wanted to send a message that we remember that and we want to get our lick back. So and that's exactly what they did, man.
Yeah,
They bullied the so-called bullies.
yeah, country was right on that. They definitely made sure that in those comments too, though. I think it maybe more of those comments, but yeah, they wanted that. I hope we can continue to play like that. It's Raider week, man. That's
Yeah, they're not the Raiders to me till they actually do something. They the faders. They the faders to me for the time being. But
yeah, beating the Broncos don't count.
Country does want to know what your thoughts of Clyde's performance last night.
I thought Clyde had a pretty cool game. I was surprised that we was able to run a ball on them like that. But like we were saying, the offensive line dominated. But I thought Clyde did good and Pacheco. But of course, the only thing with Clyde, man, is like that wide open catch. That was like, come on, Clyde. But besides that, I mean, he had a pretty good game. He scored another touchdown. I mean, shit. I thought he did good. I give him a B plus.
Yep. So yeah, man, that 40 ball, man. 40 ball on their head
That
top.
was a great defense we played, man. I know it didn't look like it, but damn, that's what make that offense look better. That was a great defense. That's not just some random defense, man.
That's that. The stats don't tell the full story of the game, man, because we had the game in control from the get go. Um, but yeah, Tampa beat defense. They've been balling out this year, but it's just different when you're going against this type of offense. They the Chiefs,
Quarterback.
they was that
When you go against that type of quarterback,
well, yeah, that too. Cause I told a few Bucks fans during the week. I said, look, this ain't Aaron Rodgers you're going against. Aaron Rodgers, he
nah,
about through. He about through, in my opinion. Like this is something totally different.
yeah.
And it showed, man. And like I just wish that these commentators would just move on from Tyreek, man. Like let's like where y'all gonna keep talking about Tyreek, man, while we keep putting 30, 40 points on these defenses' head, man.
It's not gonna happen, man. Even if it's like they comparing, they saying that Mahomes is still doing like he's scoring 40 points without Tyreek. It's always gonna be when we do something, it's gonna be we did it with Tyreek without Tyreek, and when Tyreek did it, it's gonna be he did it with Tua and Bridgewater. It ain't gonna never
Yeah.
go nowhere, man. I hate it too, cause I hate hearing about Tyreek scoring somewhere else, but that's just how it's gonna be every week. Every week we getting the Tyreek graphic.
It's crazy, man. But it's like, but you know that we don't play another noon game till November. Cause so we're gonna be on that late afternoon primetime slot for quite a bit again this season. And somebody had brought it up because, like, when we got one of the biggest faces in the league, man, when you're the show, you're the show. So you're not gonna have that many new kickoffs. That just is what it is. And it comes with the price of winning. So we're gonna get everybody their best shot. But I'm just glad we punched them boys in the mouth last night, man. More than anything.
Yeah, I hope we can build on this. Like I said, if our offensive line play like this and we can run the ball like that change a lot.
That's my biggest thing, man. Are we gonna continue to run the ball like that? That's my biggest thing. Are we gonna stick with it? Are we gonna be consistent with it? Because Andy Reid's gonna have them lulls at some point to where he wanna pass a lot. You know how that go.
That's gonna happen. But Chuck, I'm disappointed. I ain't heard you say nothing about us using Burton running that ball, man. Or did I miss
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Like on I remember that clip you added me on, and that was when Burton put a hat on somebody. Like we need to do that more often, man. Like they cut down the shotgun runs a little bit this game, but I still want to see more run plays under center. But they did do the better job of cutting that down a bit, and that's when we was running the ball pretty good.
And I want to say thank you, Andy Reid, for doing that, and also for letting Sky be a receiver this week, even though it was just a little bit. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening and being caring, Andy.
Right, it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better as the season goes along, man. That was that was a pretty good sign because we talked about that a lot after the loss to Indy. Like Kylie was pressing it more than anything. It was like how come
Yep,
Sky is not getting as many snaps like all these other rookie wide receivers are currently? And she had a point. So, but yeah, 15
yep.
yards a catch is
And
pretty
I
damn
mean,
good.
Valdez got that deep little 30-yard catch. I did like that from Valdez, but he still had two drops. That's kind of just what Valdez is. I still just think Sky Moore is a potential to be that higher end too, better than MVS and McCole.
Yeah, I mean they still ran a few trick
Yeah,
plays though, but they it was perfect timing because like that Noah Gray one where he just took it under center and ran it from the goal line. That was pretty slick.
that was
Hey
good play
yo,
calling, right? Yeah,
you know what's crazy? All the tight end room, the entire tight end room got a touchdown last night. Noah got one, Jody got one,
uh,
and of course Travis got one. So
yeah. That been you that three tight ends, all three of our tight ends all year been that surprise. Remember before the year we was talking about Jody Fortson yeah, and they was talking about he couldn't probably get all those touchdowns in the red zone.
mhm.
He been doing it so far. And I mean, how many he got this year? Is that three, two?
um, yeah, but it's just two because like he got no wait a minute, it might be three because he got one in Arizona, he got one this game, and what was that? We played the Colts and the Chargers. I think it's just two. It is just two for the time being.
But but still, early in the year he got two touchdowns already. And I mean, tight end room doing good. Noah Gray he dropped that one catch, but he been doing better too.
Yeah, they giving him more chances to prove himself. So yeah, country, I see it. I see it. We putting some respect on his name, man. He doing his job, so we see it, bro. But man, I was going to the defense right before you came back on, and like, dog, like I was talking about how they're using that cornerback blitz with Sneed, like, and how they disguising it and everything. Like, it's been working every game.
Yeah, Snead, man. Right now, uh, he's a Pro Bowl corner right now, man. He been playing crazy. Like you said with that pass rush, but even in coverage. Remember, he had Evans in the end zone 1-on-1. He did great on that. Snead, I think, being arguably our best defender all year.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. Cause I can't remember who mentioned it, but somebody mentioned how Snead is playing at a Pro Bowl level at the moment, and I can't argue that right now. Like he is playing at that level at the moment. What's up, Hefe? Yes, sir. But yeah, and then like I was mentioning earlier that Tampa, I was surprised they didn't run the ball as much as they did. Like they went away from Leonard Fournette pretty quick, and there was still plenty of time left in the game. And like and like and but on the running plays they did stop, man. George Karlaftis, he had himself a hell of a game. whether it was stopping the run or getting to the pass rush. And I think that the entire defensive line played their ass off. Like Chris Jones, he did a great job manning that middle, whether it was bull rush or whether he got past the guards in the center with his swim moves or whatnot. Like that dude was dominant. He was
Fumble
dominant throughout the entire
recovery,
night.
fumble recovery. Chris Jones been having a hell of a year too. Him and Snead definitely the two best players this year so far. Bolton would be right after them to me.
Yeah. You think Sleep the best tackler country? I don't know. I don't know if he's the best tackler in the secondary. I think Snead might be the best tackler in that secondary too.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Chuck. I think I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I thought
Man,
that.
yeah, it
I
was,
thought it was.
man.
Yeah, I thought it was questionable.
Yes.
It definitely was. I'm not gonna hold you,
Come on, bro.
but
That's textbook, man.
you know another thing that surprised me about Tampa's defense. Just to go back to their side of the ball, they broke containment, man. Like I was rewatching the game this morning. I was watching Joe Tryon and Shaq Barrett. They did a poor job of keeping Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. Like the thing you got to do to help yourself against playing a guy like I can't even talk against playing a guy like Patrick Mahomes right now. You got to keep him in the pocket. That's where you can beat him at because Patrick still had those moments where he isn't quite comfortable throwing the ball in the pocket still. And Patrick Mahomes got outside that pocket quite often. And that's when he was making his best throws because that's where he's most lethal at when he throws outside the pocket. So the Tampa Bay did a poor job break with containment, and they also waited too late to blitz too, man. Like in the third quarter, that's when they started throwing Devin White on a couple blitzes, and he got some hits on Patrick Mahomes, but it was already too late, man.
Yeah, and back to your other point, not to bounce back and forth. I was surprised they didn't get Fournette more involved too, because you seen earlier he was catching to start the game, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like, but that's that Mahomes effect. That's what makes him so different from everybody else, man. Teams know you got to score. Like we can't get to running the ball and trying to do that. We down early. We got to try to match those points. So, and you got Brady, so you got to do that. But yeah, I was surprised with that Fournette too.
Yep. But man, but throughout the course of the game though, man, like the only time that Tampa really got things going is when we was leaving the middle of the field open. Like when we got that big lead early on, I think it was like 21-3. That's when we kind of backed off and we started leaving the middle of the field open. That's when Tampa finally got something going. But it was just it was just total dominance throughout the game, man.
And it really was just Mike Evans for real, for real. Mike Evans just had a hell of a game. But besides Mike Evans, what kind of kept everybody else in check?
Yeah, and I mentioned on the show, like we have a hard time against them big physical wide receivers. I think that's been our MO, man. Like because Michael Pittman got off a little bit with the Colts, even though the Colts they play like trash, but Pittman as individually he was getting his. And then you saw Mike Williams on Thursday night, he got his. So I mean, I think this is gonna be a thing, man. We go up against some big, tall, physical receivers. I mean, they gonna get theirs.
And
But
that was just Brady and Evans' connection being so good because they caught Watson one on one, caught the rookie
mhm.
over there. They attacked him. I mean, that's gonna happen with Brady. So
Yep. And then but as far as like we getting stops, man, we getting them off the field early on in the game, just to give the offense more opportunities to score and get us a big comfortable lead. We're gonna be straight, man. So yeah, man. Shout out
yeah,
to the Chiefs, man.
defense.
But
Hey, I seen somebody else. I can't remember who said that, but the Chiefs have stopped all these great running backs. We ain't been giving them enough credit, and that's Nick Bolton and that D line and all that. But this another week, another good running back shut them down again. This defense might be serious, man. It's still early, but we missing Willie Gay, we missing McDuffie. I mean, just
that's gonna
saying,
be
no
scarier.
excuse, but we still doing that without them.
Yeah, that's the scary part right there. Like like Willie Gay gonna be out a few more games. Then McDuffie, he's barely played this season. Just wait until they get back. It's really gonna be an issue for opposing offenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Cook had a decent game because I remember they tried to throw they tried to throw break to break in the end zone before the half, and he got his hand in there and knocked the ball loose. So Cook did have a few good moments in that game last night.
Yeah. Another blessing is we didn't have no major injuries, man. It's been a lot of major injuries going around that, of course. But I see Buffalo just had another injury to their receivers. We've been getting away with that good too. So let's keep that up.
Yeah, you ain't lying. So we definitely blessed to still have good health, man.
Chargers,
Chargers,
Bosa
dog.
out 8 weeks. Like
Hey man, they need a new training staff. They need a new training staff, dog. Like it's
we
time.
say that every year, man.
It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous how many players get hurt on their team every year.
Like what's that Boogie Cousins mean? When he talking about the league need to look into that.
Yeah, it's
Come on,
ridiculous,
man.
man. It's ridiculous.
It's getting. Come on, man.
It's crazy. But yeah, let's talk about the division, man. Let's talk about the AFC West division real quick, man. The Chargers, they did get back on track, but the Texans, they tried to give them a scare again yesterday, like they did last year. But Austin Eckler, he finally got into the fold, had a 3 touchdown game. Like everybody was wondering, like, man, where the heck is he been? When is he gonna break out? And he finally broke loose yesterday.
That's because we shut them down like that too.
Yeah, everybody was. And then but like the Denver Broncos, man, they in trouble, man. You saw Javonte Williams, he out for the year with a torn ACL and
Ooh,
LCL.
that's another big injury right there. Dang. I thought he was gonna be pretty good this year too, man. I like Javante. I hope he get healthy, man. I thought he was gonna be a 1,000 yard back this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was too. I had high hopes on him. I was pretty high on Javonte this year. But yeah, they in trouble, man. Because Melvin Gordon, he can't hold on to the ball, man. He gotta have the worst ball security
Oh
of all
man.
these running backs, man.
Four
It's
fumbles
bad.
already, right?
Yeah, it's bad, bro. And then we talk about the Faders. The Faders, they finally got a dub. They played against Denver. They finally got a dub. They go against us next week on Monday night. But I do got a little concern. I do got some concerns. I'm not gonna lie, because I saw the opening line of that game, and we favored by a touchdown at the gate. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't know, man. That might be disrespecting them just a little bit. I know they looking like trash till yesterday, but that'd be one of them games where it may go down to the wire. So
But Chuck, you know how division games is. You a betting man. You know division games is different. I don't care about that spread, man. Raiders, Chiefs probably go down to the final drive. Card either throwing a pick or something like that. That's just how they play us every year, man.
what's up, Chuck? Boogie's Park, man.
What's up with it, man?
Dang, Landon, that's tough. But hey, just go and
Damn.
watch the replay, man. You can find it.
Oh, bad, man.
But Chuck getting us respect. You said Chiefs by
Mm,
10, Boogie by
all right,
20.
I can see that though.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna make that mistake again, country. I don't think they're gonna make that mistake again. I think they learned from that. It's a new coach and everything. So
I would like to see how we defend Devontae though. That's gonna be fun. It's a lot of intrigue in that game. They D line versus our O line. Devontae. That's gonna be fun. It's the Raiders, man. You know that's gonna be fun, man.
but don't you think they D line is a bit overrated, man? Like Chandler Jones, man. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
you had like 2 good games out of the year, and then that'll be it for him.
So far, Chandler Jones ain't really did nothing, but this the type of game he do something and then you see he was worth it. So Crosby always, we know Wally do good against him.
Man, look,
Oh
Miko
man,
McCole really could have had a touchdown last night though, because I remember he was open on that one play. He ran across the field wide open.
that was on Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes
Yep,
didn't see him.
yep, for sure. But okay, let me ask y'all this. Hefe, you answer this too, man. How do y'all feel about the Chiefs receiving core after this week? You know, last week I said I was a little down on them. Y'all think now y'all more confident in what y'all think? Y'all think they good enough or what?
I mean, I'm a little more confident in what I saw based on what I saw last night. Like
Mm.
just seeing that Sky Moore was out on the field in the very first play. I mean, that gave me a little more confidence right then and there. I was like, cool, we finally getting involved in the offense a little bit finally. So everything should be straight. But McCole, man, I mean, at this point, he is what he is, bro. Like, I'm not about to harp on him, but like I said, like he'll have his big game one day. But right now, Patrick, he doing his thing. He said it before the season started. He's like, look, I don't know about y'all, but fantasy football owners gonna be a little frustrated, picking one of these Chiefs receivers because it's gonna be spread out. Like you're not gonna know who's gonna have the big game. So
So okay, we said that about McCall. What you think about Juju so far this year?
Juju, he been all right so far. He ain't got that 100-yard game yet, but it's gonna come, bro. Like I think me personally, this group really ain't done bad. Honestly, like it could be a lot worse, man. Like there's some other teams. There's teams like the Chicago Bears that are struggling at wide receiver. There's teams like the New York Giants. They ain't really got nobody at receiver right now. So
Look,
could be a lot
come on,
worse.
man. We don't compare ourselves to them, man. The Patriots wasn't comparing themselves to the Cleveland Browns, man. We can't compare ourselves to those type of teams, man.
But I'm just saying though. I mean, you had some concerns about the receivers. I mean, I had a little concerns too, but I mean, it wasn't like just tragic. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll take that.
But yeah, as far as the division goes, man, we still hold the crown, man. We still at the top of the mountain at the moment, man. Right now I just don't really see anybody else really challenging like that at the moment. So, but of course that could change. I mean, the season just started. We only through 4 weeks of the season, so this stuff could change at any moment.
Because it looked like right now our biggest comp is Buffalo still.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Here's my thing with Buffalo. Right, they still getting talked about as the best team in the AFC, man. Um, I mean, yeah, cool. Like Josh Allen, he's had a nice year and all that, but they cannot run the football. They can't run the football. Like if you can't play under center in the come playoff time, you're gonna be going home again. And they had a rough time running the ball again yesterday.
Man, they was on the road against a good team, and they did what good teams do. They won. You not gonna always win pretty on the road. So I mean, they came back down what 21-3.
I think it was 20. I think it was 20-0 or 20-3 at one point.
You come back on the road down 20-3 against the most talented quarterback in the NFL. I mean, what else you need, man?
Yeah, they got that dove. Um, I'll see if I gotta see it to believe it, Hefe. I'm not even sure if that's even true or not.
I doubt it. I would take it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, man. Look, Baltimore better get together, dog. Look, man. Look, John Harbaugh. He did not used to be this heavy analytics dude, man. And it's been affecting him the past few years. Cause dog, you kick the field goal right then and there. You don't go for it on that fourth down. Like, yeah, the offense, they struggling a bit in the second half, but look, dog, like in that situation, you gotta take the points. You gotta trust your defense to get a stop, bro. You can't go for
Chuck,
it
even
down
if
there.
they would have kicked that field goal, they still would have lost.
So how do you know they didn't quite get in the end zone yet?
They was at like the 2 yard line. They kicked the field goal on third down.
Yeah, yeah, they was at 2 yard line, but how do you know they would have punched it in?
Baltimore's defense is horrible.
They pass defense is trash, but Buffalo be having a hard time running the football.
Buffalo wasn't gonna have a hard time scoring with Baltimore. They drove all the way down there and milked the clock. If they wanted to score, they could do whatever they wanted to. Your boy Lamar threw 2 picks in the fourth quarter, and you know you like to blame everybody but Lamar. You know how you get. It's all right though, man. If Mahomes did what Lamar did, it'd be a whole different narrative. I swear it would. Right or wrong.
Okay, all right, that first interception. Okay, I mean, if you want to blame it on Lamar, okay, I mean, I don't have an issue. But that second one, they shouldn't have went for it. Like that second one, he had to throw it up to try to make something happen. It was fourth down. It was fourth down. And look, and Lamar, he admitted after the game, like, okay, he saw Duvernay a little late. He admitted that. But after that, though, man, just a decision to go for it. Like, it's a tie game. You was down in the red zone. You needed points there. I'm sorry, you take the points. Exactly, Carlos. It was gonna be no defense to make a stop either way. Oh yeah, he definitely wasn't happy. He was pissed off. Like he threw his helmet, got up in John Harbaugh's face, and they had to hold him back, man. And somebody mentioned that that's part of the reason why Marcus Peters is not in Kansas City anymore because you got temper on him still. He's a little high headed. But Marcus Peters himself, he didn't have a good game yesterday either. So he need to be mad at himself too because he was giving it up to Buffalo's receivers. So
Yeah.
got my boy back.
You said what's that? So what's his fault? But come on, Chuck.
Yeah.
Mahomes is feeling himself a bit. Yeah.
But now, like right before you got off for a little bit, I was talking about how the country had talked about how Marcus Peters was upset and pissed off. And I was like, Marcus Peters had a bad game yesterday himself. He was giving it up to the Buffalo wide receivers. So he need to be mad at himself too. I'm like, yeah, you can be mad at the coach all you want, but you need to be mad at yourself too because you didn't help your end of the bargain. Like that's two games where y'all blew a 20-point lead or blew a big double-digit lead and y'all lost.
Peters can't say anything when he's getting cooked. Man, Peters is what he is, bro. He go gamble, he go get picks, he ain't go tackle, and if he lose, he go make sure he let you know about it. I love Peters. Though. I wish we had him. We didn't get rid of him, but I mean, he is what he is, man. He fit Baltimore, but right now they defense just cooked, man. This the worst Baltimore defense we've seen in a long time. These last 2 years.
Yeah, and I think they're having a press conference today, so I don't know what's about to happen. Are they about to fire somebody, or this a press conference about them making changes, or what? So I don't know what's about to happen, man. Boogie's been having issues today, y'all. So forgive us for this episode. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins don't try to go after Lamar. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either because look, Tua, he's a decent quarterback, but he's Chad Pennington 2.0, man. Like he is somewhat of an accurate quarterback, but his body don't hold up well. Like we seen time and time again throughout Tua's NFL career, he's been getting hurt a lot. Diggs is the new Peters. Well, Trayvon Diggs has played a lot better this season, Carlos. He's played a lot better this season. I mean, I think he's learned quite a bit. He's learned quite a bit from last season. Like he had all them interceptions, but he gambled a lot and gave up a lot of yards. This year, he's not really giving up a lot of yards like that. So he's done a better job at guessing or knowing when to guess. And Nathan Lamar. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean, Country? What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. But anyway, man, Chiefs they did their thing, man. They still on top of the AFC West. But some of the main I want to ask Bug some of the main takeaways he took from yesterday's games. So Bug, man, like what were some of your main takeaways from yesterday's action in general from across the league?
Uh, from across the league, I would say that Philadelphia probably is the real deal. I think I would say that. I think Philly look like the
Okay.
class of the NFC right now. I would say, still would say it would be the Chiefs and Buffalo. I think the two best teams in the league. Even with Buffalo having all them injuries, I think them still playing like they playing. I still think they got the best chances besides the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. But yeah, I do like your Philly statement because Philly, man, they look like the real deal. I like their trenches on both sides of the ball. I feel like their
Yeah,
trenches on the defensive side of the ball could be a little better, but I think they will get better as the season goes along. But that offensive line, man, they moving some folks out there, and Miles Sanders, I don't know, he might be here finally
yeah,
because it's been hard. It's hard to figure out they running game majority of the time, man. Like sometimes when it's not Sanders, it'd be Boston Scott, or if it's not Boston Scott, sometimes it'd be Gainwell. But the funny part is that whenever Boston Scott don't play, that's when Miles Sanders has his best games. That's actually a thing. So I don't know. They maybe need to cut ties with Boston Scott, and maybe Miles Sanders will uh, be consistent moving forward as far as running the football.
yeah.
But
I think right now, okay, who's your MVP right now? I respectfully, it can't be Lamar. So who is it right now? Hurts, right?
yeah, I mean he's got to be. I mean they the only team remaining that's undefeated, and they beat the Jaguars teams that's on the come up. So
Yep.
they look pretty dominant right now. And Hurts has improved a lot. Just throwing
Yes.
the ball. Just throwing the ball in general. So
Devontae Smith, I think, been having a crazy year. AJ Brown. I still think the Titans are stupid as hell for getting rid of him.
yeah, they are. They are dumb. Cause I said it like when they traded them, I said they about to go downhill. They through
Yeah,
making the playoffs.
I still think that was dumb as hell. But man, Eagles, like you said, on the trenches, they secondary. You got Slay out there. I don't know if I can have Mahomes. I guess
He's in the mix.
yeah, he's in the mix. Mahomes still in the mix. He gonna always be in it, but you already know if it's between him and Jalen Hurts, it's gonna always go to Jalen Hurts. Whoa,
Yeah.
there we go. What you say?
Hey, listen.
Post
Hey,
that one
listen.
more time.
Said
Respectfully.
yeah, have they said Orlando Brown ain't there yet? I mean, I don't think he's there either. Like he's not even close, man.
Yeah, he was
Still
giving
time.
up sacks yesterday. Still, I'm like, and I noticed that Chris Collinsworth kept saying something about injury. Is he hurt or something that I didn't know about?
Yeah, Country mentioned that when we was in the group chat this morning talking about Orlando still playing through injury and whatnot. But on that one rep though, man, I can't remember who lined up on this side, but it
I
wasn't
know,
Barrett. It was some backup defensive end that came in to get Barrett a breather in. He beat him off the line pretty bad.
I know exactly what play you talking about, man. I know exactly what
Hmm.
play you talking about. It was a white guy. I can't think of his name. DN. I know
Right.
exactly who you talking about. Yeah, that was man. That effort on I don't know what we calling that. That was crazy. But besides that, yeah, I don't know if I'm giving him 20 million right now, man.
Yeah, that's fair. He said he got a knee injury. Okay. I must have missed that from Nate. Okay. All right. Well, my main takeaways from yesterday's games is, man, what's going on with the New Orleans Saints, man? I know they had a bunch of injuries and stuff, but they defense has not played well. Like their defense is looking pretty suspect. I think the only time they really played well was in a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But other than that, man, the defense has been underwhelming. So they might be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, but I think the difference in that was before the year you was high on the Saints. I wasn't really high on the Saints. I didn't think Winston was going to take them over the top. So I
Yeah,
think you was a little higher on them, but they did have a lot of injuries. I know that I forgot it was a game in London. I see all the inactives early. I'm like, what the hell going on?
yeah.
Made me look at that, but no Kamara, no Thomas. They had a lot of people out, man.
But I still was like, man, they still got a chance to beat the Vikings regardless, and they almost pulled it out. It's just their defense was just terrible. Like I was very shocked how they was defending Justin Jefferson. I was very shocked. They they had Lattimore play his side, and they just let Jefferson run free in the slot for the most part. It was weird. It was weird. But another takeaway is Aaron Rodgers. He might be done, bro. I'm sorry. Like you needed regulation in overtime to be the third string quarterback. That's a problem. And he was
Uh,
off of some of his throws yesterday. But I will say this: like in the fourth quarter, he did throw it down to Romeo Dobbs. Dobbs should have caught it. He should have had his second touchdown today. He dropped it. I will say that. But other than that, man, Rodgers, he don't really look great. He don't look
I
great at
think
all.
Rodgers is kind of like the same thing with how you've been saying Lamar these last couple years. I really don't think he got any weapons like that. Plus, he getting older too. So it's like, nah, it ain't gonna work this year. I'm with you. But I think if he would have been on another team, I think Rodgers could have still been an MVP candidate type quarterback. This year, I'm with you. I think that's done. But I told you, I think Russell Wilson in the same category. Now, I guess that's one of my takes I didn't say. I think Russell Wilson is cooked. I didn't seen enough of him. You think he still
Yeah,
got it?
it ain't looking good for Russ, man. It really ain't, man. Like I thought he had some game left heading to the season. I was thinking like his time in Seattle was just expired, man. Like he was there just a little too long. But throughout these first four games with the Broncos, man, I seen him miss a couple throws, man, and just not being sick with his guys. So
That's goes back to what we were saying earlier, man. Is earlier in our podcast when we was talking about that preseason, man. It's like they really still in preseason mode in Denver. But it's like how he's looking and Geno Smith having a better year than him so far. That's crazy. Like who would have thunk that?
yeah, Gino balled out. Man, look, that Seattle Detroit game was crazy, man. That was
The
all kinds
over
of
was
points.
what was the spread on that? They scored
Man,
80 points.
yeah, it was they scored it was 93 points total. The final was
Not
48 to
ooh,
45. Yeah. A lot of points, bro.
crazy.
But yeah, Gino did ball out though, man. Shout out to him. Um hope he ain't grabbing no more asses.
Oh man, yeah. Well, no, don't do that, Gino.
Nah, but yeah, man. Those are my two main takeaways from yesterday, though. Um, but also I got another one, man. The Panthers they ain't fire Matt Rule, man. Matt Rule is not an NFL coach. He's not. And then Baker Mayfield is garbage. He's
Yeah,
garbage. This is the second time he's been with a team with that much talent, and he's looked like trash. I'm sorry, he's garbage.
yeah. Baker just ain't it. I've been there with him though, so it's like anytime somebody you see how long it took somebody to even take Baker Mayfield, that alone should have told you like what type of quarterback he is. He sat around available all season after that Watson. And for the Browns to even do all that shit just to get Watson with all that going on and still say, "Nah, we'll rather take that than keep Baker," that tell you all you need to know, man.
Yeah, yeah. Some people thought that too, Carlos.
I didn't, man. I didn't.
But yeah, man. With that being said, man, I mean, you got any more thoughts before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, it's Raider week. I'm excited about the Raiders Monday Night Football. I think they
Da,
go
da,
they
da,
go
da.
bring it. But it's yeah, man, big lights at Arrowhead. Can't wait, man.
Yeah, man. It's definitely fader week. On to the faders, man. Like, I thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share on all your social media platforms. But before we go, man, go and get a word in for our sponsors. Homage, they did have they buy one, get one 30% off site wide sale the other night. That's not there anymore, but I know what they got going on right now is you get free shipping on any order $25 or more. So yeah, so pay homage, gonna copy some gear. And like we said, man, we out of here on the Fader Week.
Jeez.